lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Welcome inside Arrington Ice Arena, Friday night NCAA Division III hockey here from Adrian. It's the Augsburg University Augies and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside, as always, by Calvin Keys. This should be a good one here tonight, Calvin. Bulldogs coming off a pair of wins last weekend against Concordia University of Wisconsin. What are we looking for here tonight?
Absolutely. Bulldogs are hot, like you said, with a big sweep over probably one of the weaker opponents in the NCAA conference, but it's two massive wins nonetheless. I think this team is going to be feeling confident because at the end of the day, this is a very mental sport. Any sport, really, there's a mental aspect of the game, and for the Bulldogs, they're seeing the puck go into the back of the net frequently. I think the players believe right now that they're going to be able to have success in this weekend series against a talented opponent that they've got a little bit of history against in recent years, Augsburg University.
Absolutely, and history these two teams have. They've played quite a lot. We've seen some pretty ferocious battles. What have we seen in the last couple of years, Calvin?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is actually only the fourth all-time meeting between these two schools, but in the last 2 years, they've really had some close games and some real meaningful games. Last year, it was just a single game that the Bulldogs traveled out to Minnesota to take on the Augies. That game ended a 2-2 tie with the Augies taking the shootout in the exhibition. But the year before that, it was a big win for the Bulldogs, 5-1 over Augsburg in the Frozen Four from Lake Placid. So that was a big game. And then the first meeting before that during the regular season, the Bulldogs also were able to win. So a 2-0-1 all-time record for Adrian against Augsburg. And you have to imagine the Augies, the players that still remain from that 2022 team are still remembering being eliminated from Frozen Four contention. So some players that have some history matching up against each other, and I think that should make for an entertaining contest.
Absolutely, and we'll see how things like that shake down here tonight. As we mentioned earlier, the Bulldogs coming off a pair of wins last weekend against a Concordia University of Wisconsin. One of those games, a huge milestone. Zach Heinz, 100 points. Who are some of the players aside from Heinz that we're looking here to be in tonight?
Yeah, so you talk about Zach Heinz. That's a big storyline going into this one. He was a late scratch, dealing with an injury going into tonight's game. We don't know if we'll see him tomorrow, but missing their leading scorer. He leads the team with 16 points and 8 goals. So in both total points and goals, Heinz is the team leader. The guy I expect to step up tonight, really not just to step up, but just to continue his strong play, is Brad Summers. The center from Ontario has been red hot. We talked a lot about Heinz, who had the 9-point weekend last weekend against Concordia. Summers had almost an equally impressive showing. He had a goal, 7 assists in both games against Concordia total. He's second on the team with 14 points and first on the team with a whopping 11 assists. So he's a guy that has really distributed the puck well to Adrian's goal scorers. Expect to see the same from him tonight.
Absolutely. Who do you got on the Augie side?
Yeah, for Augsburg, they've got a relatively even scoring spread. I think it's been all hands on deck for them. Pretty balanced attack, which I think will be challenging for the Bulldogs to defend. The guys who played well last weekend against St. Olaf, this is an Augsburg team that's won 4 of their last 5, took on St. Olaf last weekend, lost on the road 3-1, and then bounced back the next day with a 4-2 win on their home ice. The two guys that shined in that weekend series, the second game, the win 4-2, they got 2 goals from Nick Catalano and then a golden assist from Fritz Belisle to get that 4-2 win, as I mentioned. And both those guys are tied for the team lead with 4 goals apiece. So those are the two guys I expect to contribute on the Augsburg side of things. And like I just talked about, both teams are hot. Bulldogs 3-game win streak. Augsburg won 4 of their last 5. Even though the Augies are unranked and Adrian's ranked number 3 in the country, I think we're just going to have a really, really high-octane matchup here tonight.
Absolutely. It seems like the scoring is there from both sides. It's going to be interesting to see what happens and shakes down here at the Arrington Ice Arena tonight. Hopefully this is going to be an instant classic here on a Friday night. And with that, we'll take it to the starters for Adrian College. Break it down for us, Calvin.
Yeah, I think for the Bulldogs, they're going with the same starting lineup that they went with last weekend, I believe, in both of their games against Concordia. As you see here on your screens, they're going to be going with John Calgin, Connor May, Theo Troon up front for the forward lines, and then on defense, Ben Loretto and Ayo Adeniyi. Interesting to see Loretto and Adeniyi start. Loretto's a guy that the Bulldogs have trusted a lot this season. Just as a freshman coming in, he's played really well. And then for Adeniyi, he's a really big, physical blue liner that he's a senior for this team, but he's gotten a lot more reps than he has in past seasons, really settling into his own this year for the Bulldogs. So excited to see. I think for that forward line, that's probably the most reliable line that Adam Krug just depends on to throw into any situation. It feels really comfortable starting the game with them on the ice.
Yeah, like you said, very reliable line, reliable players. They've done a great job so far, and excited to see what they're able to do here tonight. And then on the Augie side, who do we got?
Yeah, we'll take a look here at the Augie starters here as we get that put up on our screen. This is an Augie team, again, like I said, is incredibly balanced. You've got the captain on the back end, Logan Kahns. He's going to be leading by example tonight for this Augie team. And I think you look at top scorers on the team and top offensive contributors, Eric Palmquist has to be in that conversation. He's an explosive talent, so I think the Augsburg Augies looking to come out hot on the road, get a strong start. That's why the Bulldogs have countered with their most reliable line in Calgin, May, and Troon. Now let's see if we can get a look at tonight's starting netminders for the game.
Yeah, I think Dershawn Stewart's going to be the one to get the nod here tonight. He's been the backbone of this Bulldog squad so far this season. Happy to see him back in the blue paint here tonight. Excited to see what he's able to do. And then on the other side, who do we got for Augsburg?
Well, for the Augsburg University Augies, they're going to be going with Sam Vilatelka in net. Vilatelka, a junior from all the way over in Slovakia, but is comfortable with the North American game. Played in the NAL before settling into his college career, and really just as a junior, a guy who's spent a lot of time between the pipes for this Augsburg squad. Done a really nice job. So we're going to have two experienced goaltenders that will be calm, cool, and collected under pressure. Should make for a really, really exciting contest. As I said, Adrian top ranked in the country at number 3. Augsburg unranked. This is probably their first tough test of the year, but both teams have looked solid so far. So I couldn't be more excited for Friday night hockey here at the Arrington between these two squads.
Nothing better, as you said, than Friday night hockey here at Arrington Ice Arena. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys right here on ACTV, the home of Bulldog hockey. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back with the start of the first period after the break. All good.
firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena. Friday night NCAA Division III hockey. It's the Augsburg University Augies and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside, as always, by the great Calvin Keys. As we said in the pre-show, this one really going to shape out to be a great matchup here this evening as we get the special first puck drop. I believe that is one of Coach Krug's children out there delivering the puck. Officials are going to get it there at center ice. Cool special moment for him, for sure.
He's a better skater than me already at that young age, so that's pretty impressive. How cute is that?
Love the great stuff we get here at the AAA. Never a dull moment.
They just threw the puck that he brought out into the penalty box.
Well, they'll save it for later, an important time. All right, 20 minutes up on the score clock. You can wipe the sweat off your forehead. Finals week is done, and we are underway here at the AIA with some great NCAA hockey. Augies will win this opening face-off as it's intercepted by Adinier at the center ice face-off dot, dumped in. First stick play there, made by Sam Velitica.
Well, Herm, as you said, the finals are done for the Bulldogs. They still have two tough tests this weekend against the Augies, so excited for this game.
Augies will control it in their own zone. Touching up there, it's Hansen. Will send a puck up diagonally for Shaladek. Down low, taking it away there is going to be Lovasek, but it's turned over. Lovasek will get it right back, sends this for Redding, who dumps in softly on the backhand. There to meet it first is Ferrandino. Long shot from the point, deflected wide. Didn't reach the net as it was being released. Dumped in, Jacob takes a hard hit. Along the dasher, Luke Mountain stepped up with the body contact. Shields will play this in his feet. Redding there, trying to get to it first. He couldn't. And a good step up there by Jacob to get in the way of Stibble. Here's Brad Summers with some speed along the left wing. Here's a long shot from outside. That one coming off the stick of Jacob as he'll head back to the bench, get a change. Matt Kudo to replace him. Here's an early breakaway, puck in the slot, and following up a stick save by Stewart. Here's Jake Swade with some room, will lift down low. Jake Osecki. Here's a shot from Amsbo as it travels up top. Kudo able to keep it in, one-handed play there. Spinning around, Swade will leave it down low. Amsbo tries to break it free. This moves over for Swade. He shoots, and that one just wide. Good chance there for Jake Swade, but just barely shelved it. Good action just about 2 minutes in.
Yeah, really nice passing play in the offensive zone there to set up Swade, and just unfortunately unable to hit the net there with the shot.
Bulldogs look very comfortable in these opening first couple of minutes. Really slinging the biscuit around. A lot of energy from the boys in the white, yellow, and black.
Definitely. I mean, when you score a combined 14 goals in your last weekend series, you're going to feel pretty confident and composed out there on the ice. That's what we see so far here in the early stages.
Jaden Shields will play this with Cam Babyak, the D pairing, out for the moment. Babyak will get to it first, has Lubert along the wing. He's able to send it out, doesn't get anything going quite yet.
Talked about Lubert a good bit in these past couple of games. He's made that transition to the wing position and is a late insertion onto the fourth line with Zach Heinz, a late scratch due to injury.
Be very interested to see how Lubert can contribute to this team. One of the seniors on this Bulldog squad this season. big presence in the locker room. Always helpful when you need them. Augies will send this in front. That pass coming from Hansen. Hubert will look to push things forward. He's checked hard into the boards. As this one picked up by Schalodek, and a hard hit there. Some contact. And I think they're going to whistle this down as the puck hit the banner. We'll see if we can catch the replay.
Ayo Adeniyi stepping up here on Daniel Schladik. Look at this. It's going to be found by Schladik, doesn't have his head up, and then he just got sandwiched in between the likes of Lubert and Adeniyi. Stay out of the trolley tracks when 23 is on the ice. My goodness.
Ayo Adeniyi, I'd like to say the tallest player on this Bulldog squad. As this shot was taken, Vilatelka will make the stop, as we'll take the whistle with 16:33 left to go in the first period.
You were right, Herm. Adeniyi standing at 6'5". Next tallest Bulldog on the team. There's a couple of guys standing at 6'1", but Adeniyi towering above the rest.
6'5" is a large individual, I have to tell you.
The tallest guy playing tonight is Eric Palmquist, forward center for the Augies. He stands at 6'7".
That is also a large individual. I don't think I would want to run into either of them. Kudo with a nice defensive play as Calgin comes in for support. He will make the long trek up. Left-handed shot, tries to play it on the backhand. This one moved around by Kudo, softly down low. Here's a chance in front. Good try by Calgin to get the one touch. Calgin will put another one on in front. Here's Troon, tries to put a shot towards the net. It was blocked. Kudo with the soccer kick to keep things going.
Don't let Adrian men's soccer head coach Charlie Miles see that one, Matt Kudo. You might be a dual sport athlete here at Adrian before you know it.
Listen, wouldn't be the first hockey player who plays two sports here at Adrian College. A lot of our athletes, it's a pretty common thing.
Matteo DiGiulio and Dylan Kent on the ACHA D1 team suiting up for baseball last year.
This in between the hash marks. Ben Loretto, Ayo Adeniyi to Summers, puts it on. That one wide towards the bar. Sebastian Smith recently featured on ACTV podcast, Bulldog Banter. We talked about his dual athlete playing with the ACHA D1 team and the men's tennis team here on campus. Had some good fun with him and Dylan Knighton for about 45 minutes.
Got a new podcast now? I'll have to give that a listen.
Got to send it out, put it on the airway.
Exciting stuff. Especially with two goaltenders, you know there's going to be some crazy stuff said.
Well, the first episode we had was with starter of the ACHA D1 team, Noah DeContenese.
3 goalies in the same recording studio. It's a wonder it didn't blow up.
Yes. Amsball will send this to Patosha. He's got speed. Has to motor his way around a couple of bodies. Sent around, Schneider will touch it. Sent the length of the ice. I believe we will get icing. That is the whistle, and we will hold on with 14-17 left to go here in the first period. Saw a couple of good flurries early on in the offensive zone from the Bulldogs, quieting down a little bit. Both sides really trying to find their bearings as this game progresses.
Look for Patosha to just draw this one back quickly for Swade. That's a huge defensive zone draw from the Augies because Jake Swade's a shooting threat from the top of the circle.
And interesting to note, too, Jake Swade with a big hit. Oh, and that was a tough one. Player behind the play. That's Jake Hale, who is down in some pain. He's going to go off for some repairs.
Stewart able to make the save on the other end of the ice.
We'll catch another glimpse of that hit there. That was a big open ice hit from Jake Swade. Read it all the way through as he just comes down and lays the hammer.
Just have to be aware, have your head on a swivel, especially with the speed of the NCAA Division III game. That time Hale was just caught looking down at the puck, and you credit Swade for just a strong shoulder-to-shoulder check in on the forecheck, making life difficult for the Augie defense.
What I'm interested about, too, is the Bulldogs having Jake Swade on the wing. Normally he's centering his line, and we saw him a lot towards the tail end of last season, making a lot of face-off openings. to start games. I think somewhere around the last 9 or 10 games, including the playoffs, took every opening face-off of each period. So moved over to the wing is Jake Swade, and we'll see how that goes for Coach Krug's Bulldogs here tonight. This is played down low. Vilatelka got to it first. This is lifted down, whistled for icing, I believe.
I don't know why that was an icing call. The Augie player just clearly won the race for the puck. Maybe the Bulldogs got to the dot first, but even then, I mean, that's a tough call for Augsburg. Looked like Kahns was in behind there.
Augies will have to play through it, so we'll take the face-off left side offensive zone as Lubert tries to get the stick on it. This is sent in. Vilatelka will stop, leaves it off. That was for Vincent Weiss. Played up near the rafters, just barely skims it. Bellucci sends down low, and this one is going to be icing as well. Maybe a makeup call here. I thought that one was pretty close as well.
Yeah, definitely close to center ice. I think he was behind the red line, Ryan Bellucci that is, and those passes in transition are really important because those are the difference between getting an offensive zone entry and being pinned in your own end for an icing.
Good takeaway by Bellucci. Finds Sorensen on the wing. Dropped off for Shields. Here's a shot. That one blocked. Don't know who got a piece of it, but it never found the net. Like the heads-up play by Sorensen to drop back for that shot. Ferrandino will skate his way through. Now towards the front, gave it away as Austin Klein makes his way through.
Oh boy.
And a bad turnover. Here come the Augies. Walking down, shot, they score! Cade Stibb, a howitzer and ringing the iron. Augies, 8 minutes in, take the 1-0 lead.
Stibb now tied for Augsburg's goal-scoring lead with 4 on the year. This just starts with a turnover. It starts because of the efforts of Belial, and then for Stibb, that is just a perfectly placed shot. Not many goaltenders in the world are going to save that one. I mean, that was perfectly placed into the top right corner, and that's a huge start on the road for the Augies. It starts because of the pressure on the forecheck, making life difficult for the Bulldog defense. And then Stibb making the most of his opportunity. Had a bit of a breakaway, but it was a tough angle. So impressed with the shot there from Stibb, who is a sophomore from Fargo, North Dakota. Hockey hotbed in that area of the country. So Stibb, huge goal, and see how the Bulldogs can respond here on their home ice.
12:10 left to go and counting here in the first period. Augsburg with the opening goal of this contest. Full shield on that was Caleb Stibb. Drank the jug, and he had quite some power on that shot as this is sent all the way up for Connor May. Just jumped over his stick, and he goes for the lift. Doesn't get it to go as it's down low now in between the hash marks. Augies will look to turn up. It was Belize who was going down for the hit as Troon stepped up with some contact. Connor May will dump in. Off net, Lovasek there. He turns it over for Kyler Yeo. Redding will go in and pressure. Back the other way, it's James Miller. Sent back in, puck really just bouncing around. Here's Ben Loretto, will back pass to Adinier.
What a move. That was a nice backhand toe drag by Redding on the zone entry.
Summers will get this to Adinier. Saucers a backhand towards the half wall. Underneath, here's a chance in front. And if Redding had a couple extra steps there, he would have had a wide open net. As a mispass there, it's covered up by Vilatelka as he'll get the whistle. 10:46 left to go in the first period.
Nice chance for Alec Lovasek there as he was walking into the slot with the puck. I want to say that was Logan Kahns who got a bit of a stick on the release of Lovasek, and that kind of prevented Lovasek from placing that shot where he wanted it. The onus there on the Bulldog forward, though, is getting that shot off quickly to surprise the goaltender and then just to get the opportunity you want.
Shields is able to hold on. Amsbaugh knocked it out of midair and then played it on the backhand. Skillful play from him in neutral ice. That is Shaladek. Patosha gets this to Jacob. Now over for Swade. That was behind his step. He's pushed off for a second. Makes the play there to Shields. Amsbaugh. Jacob with a nice hit there along the boards. Bulldogs not shy of making body contact here tonight. Seen a Dinier with a hit. Swade with a hit. Might be the calling card here tonight, as this puck deflected into the netting and will hold on with 9:57 left to go.
Like the defensive play from Jaden Shields there, you had Mike Ferrandino, carrying the puck into the offensive zone. On the right side circle, Shields coming out, really good gap control to challenge him while also not putting himself out of position, able to block the shot as it goes out of play.
Good play on both sides so far as we're under the halfway point in the first period. Augsburg with the 1-0 lead. Cade Stibb with the goal as this one loose in front. And the Augies strike again the second time. I believe
it's Stibb again.
It's going to be Stibb again. Puck was bouncing around on top of the crease and they found a way to put it home.
This is an unfortunate goal to give up because Summers just throws that puck on the backhand into the side of his own net, and from there the Bulldogs are in trouble. They can't clear it away. Cade Stibb, like a dog after a bone, just pounces on the loose puck in the slot, finds a finish in tight on Stewart, and that's goal number 5 for him on the year. Stibb continues his strong start, and it looks like on the other side of the rink, Sam Vilatelka trying to fix his pads, maybe some issues with the straps of some sort. For Stibb, I'm impressed with his offensive awareness, both to find that loose puck in the neutral zone on the first goal and then hustle in, getting off a nice shot. And from there, he was just hovering around kind of in the soft ice, drifting away from the Bulldog defense. And when you're unable to find your mark out front like that in a scramble scenario, it makes it easy for Stibb to find the finish, and that makes it 2-0.
Augies taking advantage of their offensive opportunities within the first 10 minutes of the game as they jump up recently. Cade Stibb once again the second goal of the game for him as this bounced in front. Vilatelka will stop it. And interesting to note, Sam Vilatelka off-handed as a goalie, what we call full right, has the blocker on the left hand instead of the right. So interesting to see how the Bulldogs are able to adjust to that, as I've talked to many of my teammates and teammates in past, and it's a difficult adjustment when you're shooting against a goalie with his hands on the other side from where you're used to it. Just sort of changes up the elements a little bit.
Yeah, speaking of Vilatelka's glove hand, that was a really nice save on a quick one-time clap bomb from the point from Jaden Shields.
Bulldogs lose this draw as Shields will have to get it in the back end. Right side, here's a shot off the chest of Stewart. Held the post well, didn't give the opposition too much to shoot with. Jacob has to make a play here, but he lost it underneath the red. Lovasek looking to clear the zone. Couldn't do it. Here's a puck in between the feet of Kyler Yeo. He would have been in a real dangerous area by himself as Matt Redding enters. Drops it for Lovasek as he works the outside, trying to make a pass going over. Shields now to Redding as he looks towards the front. Maybe a wraparound chance here and an awkward shot, but they take advantage. The Bulldogs with a lucky bounce, and they cut the lead in half.
Goal number 7 on the year there for Matt Redding. Nice job to find the finish here. It's the initial feed from Shields. This could be a lucky bounce, but I think for Redding, that's a really smart play as he saw Vilatelka wasn't hugging his post, threw it back off the back of the Augies goaltender. That's just a heads-up play by Redding. The awareness to slip that one back into the blue paint, and Vilatelka knocks it in his own net there.
Matt Redding's 7th goal of the season. second in goals for the Bulldogs, right behind Zach Heinz, who has one more than he does at 8. And this one starting to shape out to be a true hockey game. 2-1 the score with 8:14 left to go in the first period. Klein spins this pass down low. Connor May up top for Kudo. D-to-D over to Klein. He tries to fire, but it's blocked. Augies look to get out. Finally, they're able to here off the effort from Tommy Carls. Lost it in his feet. Connor May with the steal. Left side wing. Dishes outwards. Here's a shot and a nice save there by Vilatelka. Got it with the stick and put it into the netting.
That was a really, really nice pass from Connor May. Crossed over the blue, just a saucer to where the soft ice was. And you see his teammate there walking in was wide open. Here's another look at the break. May able to find the puck and gets his head up, sees where his teammates are. And didn't get to see the end there, but it was saucered over across and set up his teammate for a really nice shot with lots of open ice to skate into.
That's a difficult pass to make, especially through traffic. A lot of the bodies were gathered towards the top end of that blue line. So great heads-up play, and Bulldogs looking to inch their way back into this one.
That's textbook team hockey where you're attracting opponents to yourself and then offloading it to your teammate who's open. Really good awareness by May there.
Lucci will receive on his forehand on the outside. Lubert will go to chase down as he fights with James Miller. Sends him into the boards. Miller will get this one up and out. Skating is Shaladek. Tries to make a move, is denied. The backhand from Stewart rims around. Tied up on the board. Stewart has this puck sail wide of him. And Ansbo will send it up. Tries to get it to Potosha, who had some visitors surrounding him. Here goes Jake Swade. Quick little chip. Potosha gathers on the dasher. Here's a chance down low. Ansbo with a shot. Good save from Vilatelka.
I'm impressed there on the feed from Jake Swade. He just dug it off the wall so quickly and was able to slide it out front. As we see again here, it's Potosha hard on the forecheck. Forces it around. Look at this transition. Swade able to spin it, no look, right onto his teammate's tape. Good chance for Amsball.
Draw is won back by the Bulldogs, but then taken away by the Augies as they have plenty of room. Luke Mountain gets there. Stewart with the save in front. That's a great stop from the Bulldogs netminder. Amsbo gets over for Swade. Put over! Oh, and that one took a funky bounce. Swade laid the hit down low. Here's another chance off the pad, and it's kept out. What a stop from Vilatelka.
Wow. Incredible stuff from Vilatelka there. Spread eagle there to make the stop. A couple of them in tight.
Bulldogs have numbers once again. Potosha tries to get over. Here's a shot. That one deflected before it reached the pads. Up top, Matt Kudo. Now to Klein. Looks for a lane once again. Kudo will have to put this down low. It's picked up by Redding. A quick stutter step, but a little bit too fancy there. Had it taken away from him for a moment. Amsbo on possession. Fires off the pad. Kept out. The rebound second try doesn't go. As it's flexed back up top, Kudo has to get it back down low. Amsbo off the bench. Replaced by Alec Lovasek. And that was a great shift from the Bulldogs as this dumping will allow the Augies to get a change. Cycling around here. It's Nick Catalano. Hard hit there in open ice. Matt Kudo, where's the A on his sweater? Gets this to John Calgin. Puts a shot, that one high and wide. Rims around in the perfect pot for Connor Carlson. And it's whistled down off the missed pass for icing with 4:45 left to go here in the first period. Bulldogs starting to come alive in this first period. A couple of really good chances.
Yeah, definitely. A couple of good opportunities. Ian Amsbaugh has kind of had a nose for the net hanging around the slot area. Hasn't been able to find a finish yet, but Bulldogs moving the puck really well.
Jacob fanned on the shot, and he was hit hard into the boards. Gets up, seems to be okay. will make the transition and go backwards. Holding on is Duke Kiffin. Some more pushing and shoving in front of the away penalty box as it's tipped off the high glass. Sent down by Catalano. Stewart leaves it off on the forehand. Jacob there tries to get it free as he sends a man down, and this one will hit off the overhanging center ice score clock. We'll have to take the whistle for that one.
I think looking at this hockey game so far, Adrian's had more offensive zone time. I think the main thing that they want to look to clean up moving forward and mitigate heading on into the future in this game is some turnovers, because both of Augsburg's goals have come from the Bulldogs not taking care of the puck well. Don't want to create unforced errors or even, forced errors with pressure in your face to just give your opponent free opportunities. Make them work for offense. Take care of the puck.
This draw one back, a quick shot off the faceoff by Shaladek. That one had eyes. I don't think Stewart saw it the whole way, but lucky for him it was blocked. This is up for Redding. Now to Lovasek. He enters on sides. Put over, it's turned away. Augies have some room. With speed once again, here's Dan Shaladek. Crunched hard as Loretto forces the turnover. This one bouncing around. Lovasek was down low in the corner. Couldn't hold on to it. Here's some speed from Mountain. Breaks his way through. Now to the outside. Stick save made by Stewart. Didn't put it into the corner, but he got the paddle down on it. Nice saucer pass all the way up for Amsbo. Has Summers trailing with him. Puts it on net off the pad. Vilatelka.
Someone's glove is hanging out there in the far corner of the Augsburg zone right now.
That looks like an Augie's glove. Hard to see from here. The maroon and the black kind of blend in together from a far distance, but
I think you're right. It does look like it's maroon.
We'll see if it gets removed anytime soon as Landon Parker skates his way up. Dropped back for... This is Parker. Long shot tipped wide, and Stewart had to make the save there on the redirect. Parker there to it first. And it's held on to Stewart with the glove.
Nice job by Jake Swade on the play, coming out to challenge Ferrandino at the point. Makes a shot block and then kind of limiting the time and space that the Augsburg Blue Liners have to work with, because when you allow opposing defensemen to really just creep in and make the most of their real estate up top, it makes it more difficult. And certainly for your goaltender, when they have more room to move the puck from point to point and really shift the goaltender around in the crease and develop screens in front.
This puck tied up for a second as both squads fight for it. Along the near side corner, hard hit there from Kyler Yeo. And I believe Stewart's going to get a piece of this as he puts it up into the netting. That was a big open ice hit along the glass.
Yeah, I think both these teams have really shown so far they're not afraid to play physical. And with 2:20 left, like what we saw from Duke Kiffin there, who was able to receive that feed from Yo, walk in and fire. Dershawn Stewart's blocker side tested. Bulldog goaltender able to punch it away, out of play with the save.
Austin Klein to John Calgin. Stopping it there, Theo Troon. Now to John Calgin, breaks his way through. Drops back. Troon is held up. Finally, he's able to lift it three. Babyak will step off the blue. Sends it back around the way. Augie's looking to get out, they do. Ferrandino, a long shot. Stewart will elect to hold on with the glove. Augie's really doing a great job of shutting the Bulldogs down in the D zone. And once they get to the pucks, they're able to transition upwards really fast, which I think might be catching Adrian College by surprise here.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a very team-oriented style of hockey here from the Augies. And, this is a team that's greater than the sum of their parts because they work together so well.
That quick shot stopped by Stewart. Had to stay on top of it. Got it with the paddle. That shot taken was rising the entire way, but it went wide. Notice a trend, I believe, with Augsburg. Aside from the first goal that Cade Stibb scored going upstairs, a lot of their shots have been closer to the ice, looking for the pads, trying to generate rebounds. And, you know, that's what you saw on that second goal that they scored. And I'd really like to say the last 3 or 4 have really been looking towards the bottom half of Dershawn Stewart's net.
Not sure what the conversation is going on right now. I think the puck went into the Adrian bench, and that's why we're seeing the center ice draw. Denier has something to say to the referee, though. Not sure what that was about.
One of those hockey tales that you'll figure out along the way. Brad Summers has Redding if he decided to pass that one sooner. Here's a turnover for Summers, rips a shot. That one blocked in front. Great step up there by Vincent Weiss. Went down to one knee. Under 60 to play in the first period. Shields puts one on. Paddle down was Vilatelka as he moved it wide. Underneath the red line, Summers tries to get things going. Speedy Michael Ferrandino skates up, long shot, easy blocker save. Arm up on the play. Bulldogs are going to get called here. And I think it's going to be Jacob who's going to be sent to the box. Doesn't like it.
And that was because of the hit that he made on Cade Stibb, which we'll take another look at here.
I think they're going to call this a rough.
About to get the signal from Mark DeRozier's cross-checking. Let's look at this one again. I don't know if I saw a cross-check. And yes, that was a cross-check. From the first initial look at it, didn't look like it, but you can clearly see the 2 hands on Jacob's stick right in the lower back, which is an area that players like to cross-check that region because it sends someone off balance, but near the boards, that's a dangerous play.
There's a pass sent over. The rebound in front, stopped by Stewart. Just about 10 seconds left to go in the first period. Nothing changes. Bulldogs will still be on the penalty kill to start the second period as it's tied up and sent down by Calgin. And that's going to tick off the final seconds of the first period. Bulldogs down by 1 at a score of 2-1. The Augsburg University Augies skate into the second period after 20 minutes of play, up by a score of 2-1. A lot to like there, you know, to start out from Augsburg. They came out flying and they really had a lot of energy going into them. They had a lot of energy starting out that first period. Got 2 quick ones. That first shot from Cade Stibb, an absolute snipe. And he followed up with another one. If you're the Bulldogs here at this point, what are you looking to adjust your game going into that second period?
Well, I don't think there's too many adjustments that need to be made. I kind of talked about it during the first period, but I think puck management has to come at a premium. I think you saw the first goal was in transition where you kind of mishandle it right outside of your own blue line, and that's what allows Cade Stibb to go in on the rush and score that goal. And then the second one is Summers kind of making a blind pass behind his own goal line that goes off the net. Then you're creating a scramble. So those are just 2 plays where in the neutral zone, if you're not sure, chip it off the window. Don't need to play around with it back there with the guy in your face. And then for Summers, just, you know, a lot of these guys are talented and they have their head on a swivel. They know where their teammates are. They get away with a lot of those blind passes because of their offensive awareness. But I think especially near your own goal, it's just being intentional with those passes. And if you're not sure, throw it off the wall, throw it off the window. Just trying to make the most safe play and eliminating, you know, turnovers that can prove dangerous. But overall, I do like the Bulldogs game, and I think the goal from Redding was a strong response. And 1-goal hockey game. You would like to not have gone down 2-0 to start, but for the vast majority of that first period, I thought Adrian was slightly the better team, but Augsburg has shown they're going to compete, and they're going to play hard and make the most of their opportunities, really.
I feel like at this point, this one definitely going to come down to the wire, but nonetheless, Matt Redding with the lone goal for the Bulldogs. We sit at a score of 2-1 after 20 minutes of play. Augsburg University and the Adrian College Bulldogs. Don't go anywhere. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys will return on ACTV, the home of Bulldog hockey, after the intermission.
There's so many firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena, the second period of this NCAA Division III hockey contest. It's the Augsburg University Augies and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello everyone, my name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by Calvin Keys. 2-1 the score after 20 minutes of play. It was a fun opening frame to this contest and should be really interesting to see how things progress here. So 20 minutes back up on the score clock. Center ice face-off. Puck is dropped, and once again we are underway at the AIA as the Bulldogs will continue to skate the opening minute 30 of this period, down 5-on-4, as they took a late penalty in the first period. Augies will look to take advantage of their power play for the first time here tonight. Both teams with a 25% power play conversion rate. We'll see how they fare on this attempt. Right side at the point is Ferrandino. He walks his way through, switches up there with Belle-Isle, and a turnover. Here's Calgin to May. Plays it to Calgin. Does he have enough force? No, as he couldn't get the shot off.
That's just an incredible back check by Eric Palmquist on the power play to break that up.
Here's a quick step. Moving up, that was Cade Stibb. Got to watch out for his stick. 2 goals in this game so far. Here's a wraparound chance. Kept out by the pad of Stewart. Klein will stop up there. Makes a nice hit on Belle-Isle. Vilotelka will stop it behind his cage. 10 seconds left to go in the power play. Stick taps from Vilotelka to signal the end. And that's going to do it as the Bulldogs will get back 5-on-5 even strength. So Jacob back to the bench as he makes a change for Amsbo. Poking it free, leaves it there for Redding. Looks towards the front, pulls up with a shot. That one off the outside of the netting. Dead angle shot there, but might have had a chance as that quick shot was taken, blocked. Amsbo will step his way through, and a great glove save by Vilotelka.
I think it's just really been a calm approach by Vilotelka so far in this game. As a bigger guy standing at 6'3", he really just relies on positioning. And if he's in the right place and, you know, on top of the blue paint, you're not really going to beat him with a pure shot.
I think the strategy for the Bulldogs here may be similar to the Augies. They really got to look to just generate rebounds. You've seen him play a couple of pucks off the pad that didn't rebound the way that he wanted to. So this shot taken is turned over. Shields tried to play it defensively. Shot taken in and out of the glove of Stewart. He was able to hold on. Potosha just barely on sides. Leaves for Swade as he goes to the front, looking for it. Doesn't go. Nice chest save by Vilotelka. Jacob tries to step up on Hansen. Is denied, and there's a broken stick on the play. I believe that is Hansen as he goes back for a new twig.
It's an odd breaking point there on the stick off the hit from Jacob. It's just the very top couple of inches that snapped off.
2 big bodies, I think, just coming together there.
Hansen did a good job to get his head up, though, and, you know, stay on his feet there. As Jacob's a big dude, powerful body checker.
Here's Matt Kudo in his own end. Tries to start the breakout. Redding hit hard there. Vilotelka out of the crease to stop it. Gives a little kick with the pad there, trying to defend himself. Little hermit crab out of the shell action there. 16:56 left to go here in the second period. Bulldogs and the Augies, as the Augies lead 2-1. Summers will step in with Parker. Summers able to win it off to the right side wing. 2-1-2 as it's tied up. Augies will break out. This is Michael Ferrandino. Quickly for Parker. Looks his way through, and that redirection just barely going wide. That was a good pass through the hash marks. Redding has numbers. Lost it with the pass. And a reverse hit there from Luke Mountain. Sent Summers down hard. Kudo clears neutral ice. Gets over for Troon on the backhand. That one just barely doesn't go. Vilotelka getting a piece of it. Babiak taken down. It was opposed by Belle-Isle. There's a chance in front. Stewart with the stop as he gets the glove on top of it.
Stewart able to keep it out as it was Yo on the doorstep there. I think one of the things that Deshaun Stewart is really good at is being able to find pucks quickly. Able to spot the puck where it is and cover up quickly before more rebound chances are allowed to develop for opponents.
This is Ben Loretto. Gets a D-to-D pass from Adinier. This one took a good bounce. Pops up in the air, in the feet. Here's Connor May, moves over, they score! How do you like that one? A highlight reel pass, and the Bulldogs have evened things up at 2.
What a goal here. You see the rush. This one bouncing over the Augie defenseman. It's Troon in, can't find it. May will look over across for Theo Troon, who gets a big goal there to level this hockey game.
What a play from the Bulldogs, showing absolutely no quit. The extra effort was there, and it paid off, as that was a very hard-working goal. A lot of pieces moving around, and they figured out a way to make it work.
Theo Troon, his second goal as a Bulldog, the sophomore transfer from Western Michigan University.
One of those players that got to talk to Coach Adam Krug about, as you mentioned, Calvin, making the transfer over from NCAA Division I play, as this shot sent on net goes wide. Adinier hit really hard.
I don't think that's a penalty. I don't like that call.
Yeah, this for me was, unless he saw head contact.
It's not head contact. I think the guy who hit Adenier was shorter than him. That was Connor Carlson. Boy, Adenier without his stick, he's down in some discomfort. I certainly hope he's okay, but man, that looked like a clean check. They're saying it's interference, as that's just a really nice play to steal it away by Tommy Carls. He walks in, defended well by Loretto, and then you've got two guys who are both jockeying for position. I don't see an overt hit there from Carlson. He's just going in, looking for the puck. Stands his ground against Adenier. Boy, frustrating call against the Augies, and in the aftermath here, you're hoping that Ayo Adenier, who's one of the main minute munchers for the Bulldogs on the blue line, is all right, as he's going to be helped up by the trainer right now.
Yeah, he took an awkward tumble. Hopefully just got a little bit of a stinger wherever he might be feeling some pain, but seems to be all right for the moment, but I'm sure they'll check him out for a second. I think the only reason why the officials might think that's a interference call is Adenier did not have a stick as he went to retrieve that puck out of the corner. You could see the intention there was to go and play the puck, but I don't think he had fully reached it yet, so maybe it was a little bit early, but a 50-50 call really either way. But nonetheless, the Bulldogs will head to the power play here for the next 2 minutes. 15-11 left to go in the second period. Shields over to Swade, down low for Summers. He's taken down. Might have blown an edge there as Redding is forced to go into the left corner. Swade will swing it around. That one goes up top. It's chopped over the blue line. Matt Redding will chase it down. And on the hunt there, Kyler Yeo still behind the play. Matt Redding tries to break his way through. Stopped there. Sent up top. Good stop by Swade. This one over. The one-timer blocked. Outside is Redding. Up top is Shields. We'll get that back on the blue. Shields once again looking for a lane. Doesn't get it. Scrapes the blue line. Opens up. Right-handed shot. Here's Summers. The one-time drive kept out. Good save from Vilotelka. Sounded like it hit him off the pad, but might have gotten it with the stick, as this puck is cleared down with a minute flat left to go on the power play. Long pass up for Summers. Almost caught the Augies in a line change. Shields will wrap this one around. Patosha will try and beat the puck. This is handcuffed in the corner, then one free. Shields, long shift for him. Looking for a pass back, doesn't get it. On the backhand there was Weiss. Lost it for Patosha. Here's in the front, what a save! Vilatelka, oh my goodness! A glove grab like no other. And the offhand full right netminder taking advantage of his glove being on the opposite side, because boy was this a save.
Connor May just in shock here. Look at the feed from Patosha, 3-on-1 all the way across. And you talk about an explosive push off that left skate edge and then being able to find the one-timer quickly with the glove. Sam Vilatelka, just take a bow.
That's a thing of beauty right there. Patosha will take a long shot held up in the chest. And the extra swagger from Vilatelka to hold on to that one. That was not an easy save by any means, and he did it with ease. 13:27 left to go in the second period. Bulldogs still have 17 seconds left of power play time, 5-on-4. Starting to find the shot counter a little bit more here in this game, as this puck is cleared down. Stewart will have to stop it. We'll see how he handles it. Sends it to the corner. As nobody was there, it's picked up by Hansen. As coming in there was Jacob. Jacob looking for Patosha, didn't like where he was positionally. As we're back to even strength hockey with 13 minutes and counting.
Really, that's a statement penalty kill for the Augies. Did a really nice job of keeping Adrian to the outside, and then when the Bulldogs were able to penetrate.
There's a low chance, arm is gonna go up. Vilatelka again with the extra effort save. Calgin, I think, put this puck in after the whistle, and Peyton Hansen took no exception to that. Did not like it, the net was off the moorings. There was the whistle additionally, so we'll see what transpires for this play.
It's going to be on Daniel Schladik, and it's because he shoved Ryan Patosha into his old goaltender. Interference the call. Augie players weren't happy about Patosha falling on top of Sam Vilatelka, but you're going to see here Patosha kind of just hovering around the net. This is a look at the initial shot. They play it down low. Patosha crashing the net, and he just gets hammered right into the goaltender. So off the puck, I've never understood that from defensemen, pushing an opponent into your own goaltender. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And because of that, Augsburg is going to be shorthanded. Another big penalty kill coming up. I was going to say, you know, the first Augie penalty kill was great, and they got a lot of help from the best penalty killer on any team, your goaltender. So we'll see if the Bulldogs can continue to try and move Vilatelka around and, you know, make passes around the slot. Because if it's a shot from straight on and Vilatelka's able to get set, he's going to make a save.
Bulldogs with a strong effort on the first power play that they had just a few short minutes ago. We'll see how they do on their second. Snapping the puck around, Jaden Shields up top. Now towards the outside, in between the slot, looking for the cross crease pass, but it was denied. So Shields will have to get back to get it. Left off for Lovasek, has Redding on the right wing as that's who he passes to. Summers will wait for the entry there. This goes up top for Jake Swade. Dropped back on the backhand. Nice play from Shields to keep things going. Looking for a shot. Finally, he sends it on and into the chest of Vilatelka.
Jaden Shields is like a great conductor of an orchestra. That's kind of what I would compare him quarterbacking the power play to, because just the skating, the edge work is impeccable. A really nice passer, and is almost like a fourth forward whenever he's out there on the ice, because he does have a dangerous shot and he does have a high offensive IQ for a defenseman. We saw that there, just a one-man attack, you know, shaking and baking and then creating space for himself with his phenomenal edge work, snapping a quick shot, trying to generate a rebound. We're going to miss this senior next year.
That we certainly will. Excited for his future career. It's Jake Swade will put this on. Summers tried to play it. Cons broke it loose. Cleared down, Stewart. The fake and the backhand, little sonk play there. Shout out Keith Yandel. Jaden Shields makes his way up, decides to drop back. Leaves it for Matt Redding. Lost it in between the feet, thought that there might have been a slash, was looking for a call. Augie sent it down, full line change, 35 seconds left to go in the power play. Once again, Augsburg doing a great job, especially on the second kill, to clear pucks out of harm's way.
Look at how the Augies angle the Bulldogs to the sides of the rink as you watch their penalty kill here. Do a really nice job of forcing Adrian to the outside and really pinching them off as they try to enter the zone with their penalty kill forecheck.
Final seconds of the power play. Patosha on one hand leaves it for Jacob, skates his way in. Here's a chance, the wraparound doesn't go. Vilatelka.
He's having equipment issues here.
Yep.
I think his helmet might be loose.
Yep. And here's a quick 2-on-1. Coming the other way, the Augies, and a pass through the skates from Peyton Hansen. This one along the way for Calgin. We'll see if he can beat it, but he can't. So the icing is called with 10:22 left to go in the second period. We'll take the face-off on TV left in the defensive end of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just a quick developing play there, as I think you had Ferrandino and Schlottick. Saucer pass was just a little too high there. Otherwise, the Augies might have had a grade A chance.
Delay on the draw. Finally, puck is dropped. Connor May able to win it back. Babyak puts it through. Now looking sky high, gloving it for a second was Kiffin. Jacob over to Babyak. Quick ups from Shaladek. Tied up along the glass, finds its way over the blue. Vellucci trying to progress things forward. Once again, tied up and bounces around. Babyak to Lubert. Back to get it is Parker. Under the halfway point here in the second period. Adenier back to the ice. Glad to see that he's okay. Playing it there was Ben Loretto. Adenier with a nice pass for Vellucci. He's hacked and whacked at there by Parker. Bulldogs will make a personnel change. A turnover there, and flashing the glove once again, Sam Vilatelka.
Vilatelka has been one of the standouts in this second period coming into this game. Had a 2.55 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. Save percentage number is pretty impressive. And I think you can see why with some of the stops he's been able to make in this period. And that was some good awareness there to, even though that puck was probably going wide from Am's ball, just, not leaving it to question, snapping it up, and then that allows your team to get a change as well.
Yeah, Vilatelka playing all 9 games for the Augies so far here in this season. And doing a great job here in this game. Augsburg trying to force the agenda. This is back towards the top of the circle. Outside, snapped on. Stewart with the save.
That's good work from Kyler Yo there to just not give Stewart a lot of time to adjust. Spun around, and as soon as he was facing the net, just rips one quickly as, caught Stewart a little bit off kilter. The cool thing about Dershawn Stewart is I feel like even when he is a little bit out of position or, out of whack in the blue paint, he still does a really good job spotting the puck, and his athleticism serves him really well no matter what position he's in.
Long shot from the left point. Flutters towards the net front. Stewart not having to do anything too crazy there as he holds on.
Augsburg been on their heels for the past couple of minutes, killing off penalties. Now's a chance for them to get back on the offensive, and we kind of see them here trying to do just that and take it to the Bulldogs and make it difficult on them breaking the puck out.
This is sent up for Connor May, now to neutral ice. Touched up there by Miller. Down low is Kudo. He receives a shoulder. Patosha lifts out. Now over for Klein. Excuse me, that was Troon who was lifting it out. Calgin misplayed it. Here's a chance for the Augies. Dribbled off the stick. Long pass sent up. Here's John Calgin working the outside. Puts a shot on. A little bit of a hop from Vilotelka. Had some mustard on it. Up the wing is Brad Summers. Will hold on here. Has to go low to keep the play going as Lovasek tied up. Brad Summers to his knees now. Denier was going to step in to try and help out. A turnover there almost by Loretto, and now it is. As it's Palmquist. Lost it there, and now skating up Alec Lovasek. Tried to play it for Summers. Really had a lane to just continue his path, but the Bulldogs going to be called down here with offsides.
Not sure why this is an offside call because Lovasek didn't carry the puck into the zone. Thought he just played it in. So this was a look at Adrian carrying the puck up ice.
Neutral zone draw. Jacob will get it off the face-off. Takes a bounce and then sticked aside by Vilotelka. Augies looking to break out. Finally they do. With speed is Carson. Towards the front. I believe that was Stewart who got the blocker on it. Things quieting down here in the second half of the second period.
Yeah, definitely. This one's kind of grinded down to a stalemate with neither team really budging. Makes for slow-paced hockey, but both these teams are really working hard out there and very evenly matched.
A lot easier for those players to understand how much more intense this game is than it might appear on the stream. This is really going to come down to a battle of wits and grits. As Shields will get it. Augies thought it was offsides. Lovasek will handle it underneath the red. Breaks free to Summers. Chops at it. Going for the toe drag. Not enough space. Put towards the front and turned over. Skating it up, Kyler Yo, then to Catalano. Here's Jacob. Over the blue, noted defenseman. Swade tries to help out. Just barely kept in by Amsball. Good play from him. He rips one on, takes a bounce. Arm is up. We're going to get a penalty as that one almost went in. Jacob crunched hard there by Fritz Belisle. And holding, I believe, is going to be the call here. And I think it's going to go against Augsburg. So the Bulldogs will head back to the power play for the third time this period.
It's Fritz Belisle headed the box here. Was initially tangled up with Jacob there as Amsbaugh flew in, and I think that's what drew the penalty was Belisle kind of dragging Jacob down towards the ice right before that clip we saw.
This draw is one back, possessed by Theo Troon. A one-time drive blocked. Great step up there from Cade Stibb. 2 goals in the game so far, the only 2 for the Augies, and showing he can do it all. On the PK here, Theo Troon along the outside, now to Jacob. Up top, moved over in the slot. That one bounced around. Was looking for the back post, and Connor May's going to get called down here. Might be interference, or no, they're going to call tripping here.
Yeah, May just kind of stuck his stick out and clotheslined Luke Mountain, who was skating after the puck. Just a classic instance of, reaching after the puck instead of moving your feet there. It's not intentional from May, but it's a result of keeping your stick out in front of you and kind of reaching after the guy around you. It's right behind the net where you can see he kind of just takes down Mountain, who had the puck and was carrying it around the net. And it's just unfortunate whenever you take a penalty on the power play because it just takes away a meaningful offensive opportunity, and now it's mitigated to 4-on-4.
So we have 1 minute and 31 seconds of 4-on-4 play with 5:25 remaining in the second period. Game still deadlocked at 2 apiece. The Bulldogs were hoping that they were going to get that extended 2 minutes of 5-on-4 time. But as we saw, Connor May taking the tripping penalty. This is kept in front. Nice step up there by Klein. Sent on net. Rims around wide. Swade pokes it free. Has some space. Drops it back. Great shot and kicked out by Vilatelka. Nice play from Jake Swade.
Yeah, Swade's always thinking unselfishly, thinking pass-first hockey, and nice little backhand drop pass there to set up Patosha. Good kick save by Vilatelka.
That's a great part about Jake Swade, too, a double-edged sword. He loves to distribute the puck, but when he decides to shoot, he's got a great shot as well. A good play from him as this is sent up top for Shields. Now to Summers, looking to go on the backhand. Kudo caught by himself as he's fresh to the ice. Dumped in by Shaladek. This is up for Summers. He's got space. Skated there with Weiss. Great save by Vilatelka, and Shields was looking for the extra tap there as it's held on.
I think the important thing here for the Bulldogs as they take this offensive zone faceoff is in 9 seconds, we're going to see Belial come out of the box. So be aware if you're Adrian and watch for that guy coming out of the box flying through the neutral zone as you possess it in the offensive zone.
Take the draw on the far side. 5 seconds to go. Denier knows there's a man coming out of the box. Augies will break it out and skate in. They're on sides. This one wrapping around. Good edge work by Cade Stibb. Looks to make a pass, but lost it. Kept in at the top blue by Kyler Yo. Stibb gives outwards for Logan Kahns. 7 seconds left to go on the power play. This shot pass goes wide. Now down low, we're back to even strength. There's a whistle, and I believe this is just going to be called for a high stick.
I thought we were going to see another penalty for a second.
I was nervous that we were too.
It's against Augsburg, so this will come out for a neutral zone faceoff. Really been impressed with the play of Cade Stibb. He scored both of Augsburg's goals tonight, and really on that last shift, we just saw him buzzing around the offensive zone. Bulldogs did a good job of containing him, but like you talked about, the edge work and really just the shiftiness he has on the puck as a smaller guy. He's really, really quick out there. He's done a nice job for them tonight.
This is lifted through neutral ice. Jacob will play it, holds on to it. Good strength from him.
It's tough to get up in the air for a puck like that, jump ball-esque, and still be able to defend yourself from checks incoming.
Here's speed from Catalano. Looks outwards, puts it on, and that one doesn't go. I don't know if Stewart got a piece of it or if it hit off the outside of the netting.
It looked like he definitely did, and that's where it's important that he was right on his post.
Down low, this is Kyler Yo. Towards the front, Stewart with the save. Couldn't handle it, and then the rebound covered up. As Jacob with some pushing and shoving between Kyler Yo.
.236 to go in this second period, and just really still anyone's game. Both teams are kind of locking things down defensively and not committing as many numbers forward. It's been defense first here in this second. Both teams doing a good job of holding down the fort, but not necessarily risking things to try and go up ice and get a goal to take the lead in this one.
Patosha and Palmquist are the two centers on this draw. It's one back by Palmquist. That shot was blocked. It's sent down low now towards the front. Kick save by Stewart, able to keep it out. Looking to clear the zone. It hit off a light fixture up top. We'll get the whistle, and I think the straw is going to go back to the left, right where we took it.
Watch Palmquist on this draw. He's been really good in the dot tonight. When you have that kind of reach, it's definitely helpful.
And like we said, Eric Palmquist, the senior from Linköping, Sweden, 6'7". A large individual for sure, as this shot taken on towards the face mask of Stewart, got the glove in front of it. Always love to see how universities are able to integrate players from different countries, just like Palmquist coming over from Sweden. Great to see the diversity among the roster. More common to see the American and Canadians, but sometimes you get a couple of other countries mixed in there too, and I know that Adrian has a few through the 7 hockey teams that we have here on campus.
Sam Vilateka from Slovakia in net for Augsburg tonight. We were spoiled last year getting to watch a really good Slovak player for the Bulldogs, and Matu Spodniak, now playing in the East Coast Hockey League with the Indy Fuel. For a small nation, they really turn out a lot of high-quality hockey players. You look at, in recent years, too, with Simone Nemec, who your brother gets to cover in Utica.
Yep.
He's a great player.
Recently called up to the Devils, too. Got a point in his first NHL game.
Juraj Slavkovsky for the Canadians. You know, the list goes on. A lot of great players. Tomas Tatar for my Red Wings formerly.
I don't know what the call is here. I think the puck just went out of play, so we're going to take the draw in neutral ice with 1 minute and 31 seconds left to go.
Yeah, the reason this comes out is I think because Augsburg lifted that one without a deflection out of play. If it bounces off of a Bulldog stick, then the draw would stay in the zone, but since it was just lifted right out, comes out to neutral territory.
This is sent down, picked up by Belle Isle. Nice play there as it's sent back once more. Sticking out the blocker was Stewart. This one goes forward, travels through a couple of feet. Reading to Babyak. Now to Lovasek. Tries to go forward, but it's glove down as we're under 60 to play here in the second period. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here on ACTV, the home of Bulldog hockey. Cam Babyak will elect to hold on here. Doesn't like what he has going yet, as Palmquist waits around the net front. This is dropped off, and a nice extended stick there by Shaladek. Looked like he took a trip on his own. As a nice stick save on the quick release by Stewart.
Love the release there from Schlottick, pulling it into his body, and I think Stewart's a little fortunate there as that one goes off his knob and out of play, but Augies have been the better team offensively for these past couple of minutes as Babyak and Palmquist are going to exchange barbs on their way to the bench. And they're going to say that the Augies didn't change quick enough, so Palmquist is going to be called back on the ice with some tired legs. So looking at this upcoming draw for Adrian, if Patosha can win it back, maybe you try and chip one off the window and fly out of the zone with a couple of Augies that have been out on the ice for a while.
Up top to the blue, Stewart with the save on the slap shot.
That's impressive stuff from Palmquist, tired at the end of the shift, still able to clutch up, win the face-off, and then get off to the bench quickly.
Adinier will put this through over the center ice red line. Patosha will chase it down against Parker, trying to force the turnover once again. 5 seconds left to go. Maybe a last-second rush for the Augies. It's dumped in, and that's going to do it for the end of the second period. So some really good back-and-forth hockey on both sides, I'd like to say.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, it's just two teams that are really evenly matched. We keep saying it, but both squads virtually deadlocked. I really like what we saw offensively from the Augies there in the last couple of minutes. It seemed like They had Adrian hemmed in their zone a little bit. One positive for the Bulldogs is we saw Io Adeniyi take a shift there towards the end of the second frame, and good chances for both sides. I think the story so far has been strong, just organizational defensive play from both teams. As I think, Stan, we got 2 goals coming from the Augies. It's Cade Stibb, and then for the Bulldogs, they'll get contributions. I believe it's from Theo Troon, and then we saw a goal earlier on in that second period came to Matt Redding. So I think Redding was a guy that we were looking to step up offensively with, no Zach Heinz in the lineup. I think we've seen the effects of that on the power play. He's kind of the straw that stirs the drink, if you will, for the Bulldogs offensively, especially on special teams. So I think it's an opportunity for Adrian to see how good their depth is with their top scorer out of the lineup. And for Augsburg, you talk about going into another team's barn who's ranked number 3 in the country. This one's pretty much lived up to the billing in terms of 2 teams that know each other really well and have played tight hockey games against each other really well. We're getting another one of those tonight, and although it's been a little bit slow-paced, you can't ask for much more than a tie game going into the final 20.
Absolutely. Theo Troon, the lone goal in the second period. Game tied at 2 apiece. Goaltending very strong on both ends. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys will return here on ACTV, the home of Bulldog hockey, with the third period after the intermission.
firsts, lasts, and in-betweens, we're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
Welcome back inside Arrington Ice Arena. 2-2 hockey game between the Augsburg University Augies and your Adrian College Bulldogs as we skate into the third and final regulation frame of this NCAA Division III contest. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here on the call as always. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV, the home of Bulldog hockey. 20 minutes back on the score clock, and for the third time tonight, we are underway here at the AIA. This has been a very close battle between both sides. 1 goal in the second period versus the 3 in the first. Some good saves, and that's where we stand at the moment. Connor May looks towards the front. A nice move! The rebound from Calgin doesn't go. It's kept out. Vila Telka with a great stop.
Man, that's a tough bounce. You're not going to get many chances like that in this third, so those are the kind of opportunities Adrian has to capitalize on. Easier said than done, though, with the puck skipping around and quick developing play there for John Calgin, the captain.
Here goes a Denier to Calgin as he tips it in. Will skate off to the bench to be replaced. Lovasek out for him. Jacob with a nice step up there. Breaks up the play from Luke Mountain. Brad Summers now to the slot. Playing it on the backhand towards the front. Covered up. And we'll get the whistle with 18:52 left to go in the third.
I think for Adrian, the speed up ice is what allows them to generate opportunities. You know, this line is pretty important for the Bulldogs. Their top group with Brad Summers centering Matt Redding and Alec Lovasek. The Bulldogs are going to win this game. They need these guys to continue to contribute. Obviously, Redding with 1 goal already. See if they can start to cook here in these final 20.
Lovasek towards the slot, played it over, intended for Summers, but it's poked away from his stick. And the Augies will turn up the other way. Small shot sent on net. Stewart with the extended glove to hold on.
If you're just joining us, goals in this game. Augsburg scored the first 2. It was Cade Stibb with both. And Bulldogs have gradually answered, getting goals from Matt Redding and then Theo Troon.
Potosha steps in for the draw with Austin Klein. Quick shot, stick to side, now off the glass. Played through. Here's Matt Kudo. Gets this to Swade. Has a man up front in Amsball. Tries to get him the pass, but couldn't fully complete it. Stewart plays it around for Klein. Now to Swade. He's got some speed. Dancing his way through. Now over for Potosha. Back to Amsball. Off the skate as it redirected. Played over the blue. Augies get a change. This one is going to be sent down. It might be icing, but it's waved off as it was touched up. Potosha trying to knock it loose with his stick. Amsball with a spinning one-handed stick check.
This game's pretty even in virtually every statistic. Shots 28-28, scores 2-2 here.
Klein ripped the shot there, went wide. Now this puck lifted off the high glass. Kudo was hoping he was not going to get a penalty, as he does not. Looked like it could have been a trip, but I agree with him that it is not. Jacob steps up with a shot. Potosha getting tangled up at center ice with Schneider. Some fisticuffs for a moment as Tommy Carls makes his way to the outside. The wraparound, the second chance, kept out. Nice save from Stewart. It's still loose, and finally he's able to put a glove on it.
Connor Carlson and Duke Kiffin both getting a chance near Stewart. And I think for Kiffin and Carlson there, have to look to the corners. Sent it right back into Stewart. You see the initial rush. Augie stretching out the ice. It starts with the speed of Carls. The wrap attempt. Jacob can't find it and clear it. The initial chance for Kiffin. Another low shot for Carlson. I think Carlson had a little bit more time there on the side of the net to just collect it and maybe try and roof it, because Stewart had the bottom of the ice sealed up and he was already down into the butterfly, so he had room up north if he was just able to find the composure best chance we've seen in a while for either team. That's 3 consecutive saves for Dershawn Stewart.
And he had to make them in tight with very little time to react. Stayed on top of it, made his body as big as possible, and that's just textbook positioning from the Bulldog netminder. Calgin with the extra effort.
How about that reach from Palmquist? Just able to keep it away from both Bulldogs there on the forecheck.
You know, and I thought Calgin was a big player. Palmquist really takes the cake for that.
Yeah, I think he had Calgin on one side, Troon on the other, and Palmquist is just shielding. Made it look easy. I think actually it's impressive how well he was able to shield the puck in tight there because he does have a little bit of a longer twig. So being able to keep it close to his chest and move out of trouble there was pretty remarkable.
May is able to cleanly win this face-off draw back as it's moved for Klein. Connor May skates his way through, puts a shot on wide to the glove side of Vilatelka. Along the wing, it's Luke Mountain. Gets a nice pass over for Stibb. Has 2 goals in this game. Babyak, nice quick stick handle. Looks to make something happen. Retreats back to the blue. Sends a floater on net, and catching it out of the air was Vilatelka. Some pushing and shoving. Augies don't like the action in front of their goaltender. One of those unwritten rules in hockey. Can't touch another team's goalie. That was the case right there.
I think the key aspect there on the save from Sam Vilatelka is no rebound. Able to snatch it. Summers, you know, as we just talked about, was trying to pounce on any loose puck that was available. So Vilatelka holding on is pretty pivotal, especially in a tie game in the third period.
There's a quick shot sent on net. Stick save made by Stewart. Came from Fritz Belial. Shields knocks it loose for Jacob. Summers is way up at neutral ice. Nice play there from Lovasek. Over the top stick handle. Vilatelka will make the smart play to stop it here, and some more pushing and shoving. Summers took a cross check. He pulled up as he was starting to go and poke it free. And
wow. Summers knew what he was doing. He just snowed Vilatelka pretty hard, but, you know, Logan Kahns kind of crossed the line there, delivering a heavy cross check. We're going to see both. I'm shocked both guys go here. By the letter of the law, Summers did nothing wrong. Yes, he sent snow into the goaltender with a hockey stop, but I didn't think it was egregious. And then Kahns gave him a good chop on the ankle and cross check. So I think Augsburg is extremely fortunate after some poor discipline to move to 4-on-4 hockey here. I thought we were going to see an Adrian power play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call against the Bulldogs, and a slash against Augsburg's Logan Kahns. So we'll skate 4-on-4 as this shot had a little bit of life as it bounced around. 15-11 left to go here in this third period. Jake Swade taken down, arm up. This is a big chance now for the Bulldogs as they give it away. It's touched up. Stewart to the bench, doesn't get off in time for the extra attacker, but they will get the man advantage.
Duke Kiffin going to the box for tripping, and this is a really smart play by Patosha to just turn it over so we get a rare 4-on-3 power play for the Bulldogs. We see Swade carrying the puck, shielding it away from Kiffin, who just keeps moving his stick towards the feet of Swade, takes him down, and again, like I said, Patosha, the awareness to recognize we're going to have a $137 of 4-on-3 time. It does us no good to skate around with an empty net. And now they're going to call timeout. And 4-on-3 power plays are advantageous for a couple of reasons. The foremost being that there's just more open ice to move it around. And really smart decision by Adrian head coach Adam Krug to call timeout here, because with the way this game is going, a 4-on-3 power play is probably one of the better chances you're going to get down the stretch. This is helpful for Garrett Hendrickson, the head coach of the Augies as well, though, because now they're just able to get things set up in a scenario that you don't really see often. I think for both teams, they're not really used to a 4-on-3 situation, so it's helpful to get that extra time to just prepare the guys for something you don't really practice that much.
It is rare to see the odd 4-on-3. The only way that you would normally ever see this is if it was in overtime and a team went on the power play, because normally you play that game 3-on-3 as even strength, and then the power play you get one man added to 4-on-3. But we have it here in regulation with 14:58 left to go in the third period. Bulldogs and the Augies still tied at 2 apiece. So we'll be 4-on-3 for 1 minute and 37 seconds, as you said, Calvin, and we'll have just about 20 seconds after that of 5-on-4. So we'll see what will come out of the next couple of minutes. Draw is 1 back. Shields will possess, give and go with Redding. Has swayed along the right side, drew the second penalty. The tip in front doesn't go, bounces around, finally held on. Vilotelka stayed on top of it.
That clock is still running right now. Finally, they're going to stop it. And I think the reason they kept it running is because they were actually late to start it when the puck dropped. So the clock now is accurate, as it was 2 or 3 seconds after the puck drop that they started it. Now they give it a couple of extra seconds to run down, so kind of makes up for the error. I think that's what they're saying to the referees right now as they get this figured out. Watch on this 4-on-3 power play for Jaden Shields to really creep down as far as he can from the top of this rectangle that the Bulldogs are going to form. And I think, you know, I wouldn't say the Bulldogs have a true one-time threat on this power play unit out there without Zach Heinz. So I think the onus is going to be on moving it in tight towards the net and trying to look backdoor. Mark DeRozier's having a word and signaling something to Coach Hendrickson and the Augies. I think they're going to hold the clock for the next 3 seconds, so I'm holding up the number 3. I think that is the case. Clock finally starts here.
Shields to Swade. Up top for Shields, now to Redding. He looks towards the front, gives back to Shields. Swade along the right side. That one-timer in the feet, so Shields couldn't pull the trigger. Redding steps off to Shields. Now to Swade, looking outward. Tried to fire a pass, it was blocked. Back up top to the blue line. Shields to Redding, they'll switch places. Redding over for Swade, skates his way in, fires a shot. The rebound was there, but nobody was close enough.
It's good clearance by Belial to find the rebound and get it clear, too.
Bulldogs head right back in. Swade will go to the front, fires the shot. That one dribbled off of his stick. Looked like it just flipped up on him at the last second. Shields now to Swade again. That shot blocked. Great step up from Belial. Redding over for Shields. Back up top. Swade with the spinning pass. It's cleared out. And some stick taps from the Augie bench.
Those stick taps are for Fritz Belial. I mean, that was just great penalty killing work. A couple of shot blocks, breaking up the passing lanes as well.
Shields still out. We'll go to 5-on-4 as Redding steps his way in. And another great shot block, that time from Kyler Yo. 20 seconds left of 5-on-4. This long drive. Patosha, the dead angle, rings the iron. Summers, 10 seconds left to go. Bulldogs looking to make something happen. Lost in the corner. 2 seconds, and we're back to even strength. Shields puts this on. Summers was looking for the redirect, and there's going to be a call here.
Oh, man. Summers just hacked the goaltender, Sam Vilotelka. I think he was going for the puck, but still just got a significant piece of Vilotelka up high, and the Augie goaltender is down.
And we're going to take a quick break for an injury timeout. Unless Vilotelka gets up, which seems to be all right, but we'll take a quick step aside just for a second as the medical staff will attend to Vilotelka.
today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know,
We are back after that quick injury timeout. Sam Vilatelka seems to be okay. Augies will go on the power play for 2 minutes. Goalie interference was the call.
We don't have another look at it, but that was, I think it was Summers giving a chop on the wrist of Vilatelka's glove hand, from what I could tell. So that's the right call. And we'll see, you know, Vilatelka still holding that glove hand gingerly, so we'll see how that plays out as this third goes on. Hopefully he's still in ship shape.
Here goes Connor May. Official was standing on top of the puck. Bad position for him. May might have had a shorthanded breakaway there if not for the official interference. We continue on nonetheless. Stibb sends a soft pass over. Redding to hunt it down. Over for Troon. He tries to clear but is unsuccessful. Pass goes over for Belisle. Down low is Yo. Cleared out. 60 seconds left to go on the penalty kill.
Ben Loretto, great work to get that one down. Every special team scenario just seems so important at this stage in the game.
Logan Kahns gets this over for Dan Schlottick. Troon able to clear it out once again. Bulldogs will get some fresh legs. Skating it in is Weiss. It's put up. I believe Stewart got a piece of it there. Was looking down to get a name and didn't quite catch it.
Just went off of the top of Stewart's blocker there on the save.
20 seconds remaining in the 5-on-4. Up top is Kahns. Puts a shot on. Tipped out of the air. No high stick. As it's continued on. Now towards the top. Patosha got the takeaway from Kudo. He heads to the net. Fires one. That one high and wide. Summers out of the box. Back to even strength hockey. 10:43 left to go here in the third period. Things starting to ramp up in the late stages of this contest. Bellucci trying to afford himself a chance. Tries to go to the backhand. Jack knifed off of his stick at the last second. Tied up in the corner. Puck battle ensuing. We'll see who's able to break it out. This time it's the Augies. Schneider gets it down low. Stewart plays it on the forehand, rips that one up the half wall, breaks him out himself. Loubert will go to chase it down. Miller, a blind backhand pass. With speed is Tommy Karls. Jacob down low to play it. Over to the wing. Tied up for a second was Lovasek. Over for Summers. He'll go for a skate. Nice bounce pass over for Jacob. Tried to spin his way around a defender. Redding couldn't touch up because he would have been offsides. Summers to hunt it down. Ferradino. Here's Vincent Weiss. Summers was taken down to neutral ice, and there's a hard hit there as falling down for a second was Setolano. There's Redding over for Klein. Works the outside. Glove down and played. No hand pass there. Logan Kahns to Kyler Yo. Diagonally up. And a nice move. Here's a 2-on-1 to the front. Pad save made by Stewart. He keeps it out and gives an extra whack to Kyler Yo.
Adrian's got to be careful here. Can't take a penalty. Yo is jamming away at Stewart after the whistle, but still, discipline's paramount. Don't want to give the Augies a power play, but let's talk about that save from Stewart. The puck slipped behind him. He was still able to somehow find it behind his back. As you look at this one, it's a really nice play to just poke it by Klein from Belisle. Thought he got it in behind Stewart with a nice move. Dershawn Stewart just laying back on top of the puck, getting it with his glove hand. And then this has to be a penalty against Augsburg because you just cannot chop away at a goalie after the whistle.
I think they're actually going to call 4-on-4 here.
Yeah, I mean, this is what they've done earlier on in this third where they don't want to give a team an advantage, but so they just take both guys to keep it leveled up. So we see Lovasek. We don't see an Augie going to the box yet. It was Kyler Yo who was hammering away, digging away at the glove of Stewart. He's going to go to the box, the alternate captain for Augsburg. The good news is this game's going to open up again. I think 4-on-4 hockey is what we need with the stingy defense from both teams. It's nice to see more space present itself here. And 9 minutes left in regulation to try and get a winner. Man, this is a great start to winter break, though.
Absolutely.
Good game.
Could not ask for anything better. The Bulldogs, their last regular season weekend of 2023, will not play again until January 5th. They're playing out in Toledo at the Huntington Center against Trine, a big rivalry weekend there.
That'll be fun. I think the guy the Bulldogs have to watch out for, number 27. It's been the Cade Stibb show so far. Don't give him open space. He's super fast, 4-on-4 action. He's got more open space to show off his acceleration.
Good puck play from Babyak. Worked his way through, and the effort helped him out, but it's stripped from him as Parker will carry it over the blue. Takes a jump, and almost Klein was very close to losing that and putting it in his own net.
That's a big no call as Parker was clearly tripped up there.
And
Bulldogs fortunate.
Another almost misplay there in front of the net of Augie's Vilatelka.
It's a nice move by Parker to split the D, to just skip through, and looked like he got hacked. But at this stage in the game, I think unless it's something extremely obvious, the referees are going to let the players on the ice decide this one. They've let him play a little bit tonight, that's for certain.
Mark DeRosiers likes to let each side play as this backhand chance stopped by Stewart. Didn't have eyes on the rebound, but was able to keep it out. And that, of course, from Fritz Belisle. Ryan Patosha will wait for a moment and leave for Jake Swade. He makes his skate going forward. 23 seconds left of 4-on-4. Dropped off for Patosha. The release is denied. Shields to Jacob. Top of the key, now over for Swade. Outside hash marks. Here's Shields trying to get the one-time drive. Couldn't find the right timing. There's a long shot, a hard one too, from Palmquist. That one goes high. Lovasek will leave the box, as well as Kyler Yo. We're back to even strength, 5-on-5. Time still ticking down here. 6:46 left to go in the third period. Matt Redding will get a puck along the wing. Travels to the corner. Outside of the dot, taken away by Augsburg. Schlottick send it down low. Over for Palmquist. Denier with the pass. Tried to hit up Lovasek. Stewart out of his blue paint once again to play it down. Ben Loretto, a small pass over. Matt Redding now up as he carries through. Has Lovasek along the wide side. Tried to play it through traffic, but Vincent Weiss knocked it down. Long drive from Loretto. Stick down from Vilatelka. Here's Summers with the extra effort. Trying to grant more time. Robert with a shot that was blocked. Now towards the front. A backhand chance, followed up by a kick save by Vilatelka. In the feet. Robert plays it. Has some extra steps. Makes nice contact there to try and create a play. Nothing coming out of that try, though. Now That was Klein as it's lifted way up. And that puck is now gone as it's somewhere up in the rafters.
Puck just went into the shadow realm.
Yes, it did. It disappeared.
I think it got stuck on the bottom part of that beam. Stuck up there. That one's never coming down.
You heard of the bottle flip. How about the puck flip to stick it up there on the top part of the steel beam there?
Anton Sorensen may be getting an email from Dude Perfect in his inbox soon about a tryout.
Dude Perfect Adrian edition.
That was not intentional, though. He was just trying to angle that into the offensive zone, but I guess he'll take credit for it. Sorensen with a good chance on the backhand a few moments ago as puck went into the Augsburg bench. That'd be something if the freshman Sorensen would have been able to get the, deciding goal in this game. 5:01 to go. This is a matter down the stretch of who's going to minimize their mistakes and who's going to seize the moment when it comes.
Draws one back by the Bulldogs. Stepping it low, forcing it to the corner was Jacob. Augsburg will look to break out of their own end. This is up for Connor May. Takes the tumble for a second. Got to watch out. Ice is slippery. This puck turned over. Quickly picked up as Belial skates his way through a drop pass. That time it was turned over too. Now over for Calgin as Troons took the hit. This one kicked off the leg. Once again, here's Vincent Weiss. Gets it down low as Stewart with the extended stick over to Amsbo. Augie's doing a great job of forcing the Bulldogs into the walls on their zone entries, so they really can't utilize that center lane like they normally enjoy to do. Dinier tries to take a shot. It was stopped on the release. He has to play it there, but can't, as it skips to Hansen. Taken down, no call there. Bulldogs are shocked, as well as the fans here at the AIA. Will have to continue. That shot tipped down.
It's a good no call. Two players playing physical, battling for a puck, shoulder to shoulder. I love it.
Swayed over. Amsball looking for the wraparound, puts it on, kept out. Will go to the backhand, taken away from him. Hansen down on one knee with Swade.
That's just smart from Hansen. Don't have a clear breakout outlet, just chip it out, take the safe route, and a tie game with 3 minutes left.
Cons will chip high off the glass, but it's jumped by Summers as he gloved it down. Kudo looking towards the front, try to send a shot on. Reading over for Babyak. Kudo back to replace him. Now to Summers looking towards the front, the rebound! Nobody could get it. It was bouncing around, but another great shot block from the Augies as this chance deflected off of a knee pad. Bulldogs looking to find the front of the net. Here's Lovasek, puts it over. Summers with a volt of energy.
How about this cycle right now from Adrian? Puck on a string for them at the moment. Wow.
Summers once again taken down. Bulldogs faithful really don't like it here. And a bad turnover. Can Kudo win the race? He can. And he clears it. Will stay on sides though, as it's bounced off the boards. Kudo had to be careful as fresh off the bench was Catalano.
Great hustle, as you said, by Matt Kudo. That's crucial. Who wants it more at this stage? Right there, Matt Kudo wanted the 50-50 puck right there more than the other guy. And, that's important. What would have been possibly a breakaway chance.
There's an opportunity for Calgin. Puts a shot on, deflected off the back glass. 1:30 left to go, 90 seconds here in the third period. Game tied 2-2. And number 22, Kyler Yo, will skate that in.
Last time these two teams met, it went all the way to a shootout last season. So might have that in the cards today.
Connor May in the right side corner. will shovel out a backhand that clears the blue, so Augsburg will have to re-enter. And we're under 60 seconds to play here from the Arrington Ice Arena on Friday Night Hockey. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys here on ACTV, the home of Bulldog hockey. This has been a great one, and it's coming right down to the finish line. Patosha will send it down low. Adinier to Loretto as we near the 30-second mark. This is tipped, and I believe this is going to hit off a player on the Augsburg bench, so the draw will be taken right in front of them in neutral ice. Some extra activities behind the whistle. Jake Swade getting himself familiar with the other side.
Regardless of how this one pans out, Herm, I think Augsburg is making a real strong case to break into the, oh my goodness. Palmquist just got into it with Redding. Whew, not what you want at this stage. What I was going to say is Augsburg's making a real strong case to be in the top 20 in the country. I think it's almost criminal they're unranked with the performance we've seen here today. They're just a really solid hockey team.
Summers will take the draw for the Bulldogs. One back on the backhand. Lovasek trying to knock it free in neutral ice. Augies will push through. Stewart to play it. Gets the forehand, rips it around the glass. Stays in. This shot goes wide, looking for the tip. 7 seconds left to go. Played out. Here come the Bulldogs. 2-on-1 if they can hurry. Redding puts this shot on. It was blocked, and that's going to do it. And the Augsburg University Augies are going to take the Bulldogs to overtime.
Mike Ferrandino continuing on in what has been the identity for this Augsburg team. Spirited defense, shot blocking, we before I. Man, has it been fun to watch. Just a team taking such pride in their defensive zone and really playing for each other hard. Bulldogs with the last second chance with Swade speeding up ice. And, you know, Ferrandino is able to thwart that because just risking his own personal safety to send this one to OT and get a shot block. You know, shot blocking, not something that has been around for all that long. You know, you look even back to the 90s NHL, guys weren't soaking shots. Now it's a staple, and you're expected to do it. And I think, you know, the Augies have done a really good job of that. I'd be interested to see what their shot block summary is in this game. It's 17-3 in favor of the Augies. I mean, they have been eating them up tonight. You talk about Vilatelka playing good between the pipes for this Augsburg squad. They're out shooting Adrian 38-36. There'd probably be about, 17 shot blocks. You add that on to Adrian's total, they'd be up into the 40s and 50s in terms of shots. So, you know, Vilatelka has really gotten a lot of help from his defensemen in terms of limiting where those shots have come from, and they've made some of the saves for him. So I've just been impressed. I mean, as a former defenseman, it's just cool to see players, you know, doing a really good job of keeping opponents to the outside and limiting where those shots are coming from. And for the Bulldogs, I think their game really lends to 3-on-3 play. Augsburg's been trying to clog up the neutral zone, clog up their D zone. Now Adrian's going to have more room to roam and look to see some of their quick skaters. You know, they're starting with Swade, Patosha, Summers, it looks like. That's going to be exciting to watch.
As you said, Swade, Summers, Patosha, the first three choices for the Bulldogs.
Summers actually heading off now. They're going to throw on Shields.
It'll be Shields, the correction there. Thank you, Calvin.
They faked you out. Yeah. Summers hopped off right as you were saying it.
And the other way, it's going to be Fritz Belisle, Michael Ferrandino, and I believe that's Cade Stibb as well. Can't see the number fully on the last player, but we'll see in a second if he turns around.
Yep, I think that is Stibb, and
that's
not
right
really
choice.
Surprised that they threw him out there. Yeah, just like you said. I mean, he's been great. And Stibb is another speedy guy. I'll be excited to see Vincent Wise get out there, too, for Augsburg as well.
You look who's in between the benches right now in her cap and gown.
Yeah. Student director Reagan Petrowski just graduated today. Commencement
just about an hour ago.
Semester was
Isn't
here
that awesome?
tonight, and now she's getting some photos. Never takes the night off.
Shout out to Reagan Petrowski. and Josiah Durrell graduating here today. Big congratulations to them both.
Josiah's still got 2 more semesters.
Oh, you're right.
Let's pump the brakes
You're
with
right.
that one.
You're right. Sorry about that. Nonetheless, puck drop underway for the 4th time at the AIA here tonight. This time, 5 minutes of overtime. 3-on-3 even strength play. A quick turnover and a breakaway coming down. Stibb all alone. The save from Stewart and a penalty shot.
I hope he's okay. Boy, Stibb just went hard into that left post. That clipped him up high. Man, that is scary. Patosha tripped him up, and then with the amount of speed he had, went sliding into that left post hard. They're going to say he's okay, as they say that he's not going to need the trainer, which is a positive sign. But this is a little bit of a pizza from Patosha. Sent it across, turned over. Good hustle to get back. Good hook on Stibb. And, man, fell face first into that post. That's not something you like. I was just cringing as soon as I saw Stibb swan dive into that left post, and I'm just happy he's okay. He's back up, seems to be fine, so that's a positive. And I think he's going to be, if he's all right, he's going to be the one to take this penalty shot, Herm. That's the right call.
Yep.
He's got a breakaway. Patosha hooks him from behind.
I thought, for me personally, it looked like Stibb got the shot off, and then he was tripped. But nonetheless, the officials will make the final call here. And Cade Stibb.
Stibb with the puck on his stick. How about this? This would be an OT winner with a penalty shot that would complete Stibb's hat trick. Lot on the line here for the Augies, and this would be a big upset as well. Stibb, Stewart, penalty shot.
18 seconds went by, and we're going to get a penalty shot here in overtime. Cade Stibb, the shooter. Rashawn Stewart, the netminder. Stibb picks up at center ice. Looks down, goes towards the front, and he scores! The overtime winner on the penalty shot. A hat trick, and the Augies stunned the Bulldogs 3-2 in overtime.
What a moment for Cade Stibb. Tripped from behind, falls into that left post hard, was shaken up, gets right back up. How about the heart and the grit from that kid? With the game winner. That is incredible stuff. The hat trick for Cade Stibb. And this was a heck of a move. Look at this. Meanders in from the left side. He'll go across. Fake, quick to the forehand release. Just beats Stewart under the glove. And how about that for Aselli? He's feeling good. A career night for Cade Stibb. And, man, my hat is tipped to him because the sophomore from Fargo, North Dakota, he's a transfer from NCAA D1 Arizona State. It's clear to see why he got that attention. D1 offers. You know, I talked about who's going to seize the moment. Cade Stibb, clutch, ice in his veins. Can't think of a bigger moment. Just impressed by his performance tonight. He was the highlight for me.
3-2, the final score in favor of the Augsburg University Augies. Game 2 tomorrow afternoon right here on ACTV at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Calvin, I know you will be on the call for that. I will be here as well. I believe I will be directing, possibly doing double duty as color for that one. And that's going to do it after the extra innings. That was a great game all around. Shots really were dead even. And goaltending the story as well. Cade Stibb, can't ask for much more from him.
Yeah, certainly. I think he was incredible. Pretty much every time that he had the puck in a scoring area, he was able to capitalize. I went from just wondering if he was going to be able to get up and if he was going to be all right, to then, you know, he is able to recover from that heavy collision at full speed and then beat the goaltender Stewart with a really nice move. I think at the end of the day, you look at every goal that Augsburg scored today, and it came from a result of kind of a failed puck management, if you will, from Adrian. And at the end there, it was Patosha just kind of throwing a little bit of a sloppy pass across. Then he has to play catch-up. Stibb makes the most of his chance on the penalty shot, and we're talking about a hat trick for the sophomore. Man, we'll be interested to see. I think we're going to have another entertaining game tomorrow with how this one went tonight.
It's going to be interesting to find out what happens tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. 3 p.m. puck drop right here on ACTV, as we said before. Alex Herman and Calvin Keys signing off here tonight from Arrington Ice Arena. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking